All right, hello everyone. So let's get smashing. So today's Wednesday. Now, yesterday, as you know, I did say Monday in the beginning of the week is a swing day, right? So this should kind of like pop up. As you can see, Tuesday, it just did a double bottom and just took off. Now, yesterday, I did say if there are any pullbacks, we should just keep pushing up, right? But no pullbacks happened. All right, it just kept going up, up, and up. So not much to talk about, really. But if you caught the swing day, which you should have, okay, which you should have because I gave a price on the weekly and on the daily, so you should have been all good. Um, you know, you should have been making money on this, okay, like all the way. So to the moon, kind of thing. Now let's take a look at today. Now, as you know, at the end of the day, that weekly PST level is going to be like good for us, okay, and on the daily that's a strong level. So on the daily, if we pull back, can we go up and keep pushing up? It's not a bad idea. I'm going to get rid of this now, okay, because it's done. All right, so if you want to keep it, you can. Maybe you want to keep it on your short term smaller time frame, you can. Now the market, if we're going to go back up, we should have a pullback to go back up, okay? So something should happen to kind of like pull us back and then go up, okay? Where could that be? It could be around this zone. There's a slight gap here, no other gaps here, maybe a little bit of a gap here, but it's very minor, okay? So I wouldn't even call that one a real gap. So any pullback into the daily, the weekly, to go back up again is okay, in my opinion, to push it up. Now we've got today this 60-62 zone, which is 293242. So we're going to adjust that target. Yesterday it was here, so 2932, and we've got 42 as well. So we've got room to go up. I don't mind us going up if the market is at a trading hour and we're kind of like dipping down. Now today, as you know, the hours are in the members area from ages ago. Where we might find ourselves is at 11:30, 11:20, 11:30. We might find ourselves at a spot, but I don't see the market really changing until 2:25, and the move will probably take off at 4:30 as well. So 4:30, which is like New York pre-trading, 4:30 to 5 past 5, is looking like an hour where the market can turn and can keep pushing until the target, which is 11:45. Right? So this zone here is looking like kind of, this time zone is good. So if the market does come back down, going back up, I think is the way to go. If it doesn't, this is still a sell zone. Okay, so don't go all nuts about buying at the tops, because this is a place where they sold off before. But the overall trend is up, and as you can see, we've got a triangle here. Okay, so any pullback into a trading hour, into a nice price level on the smaller time frame, is a legitimate buy opportunity to push up. Let's go into the euro dollar. Now remember, I said yesterday this is a swing day, so we should just wait and see, because it might do a stop sweep, and looks like that's what we have here, a stop sweep. Okay, if we take a look at the hours of yesterday, let me put these up. Okay, so yesterday was Tuesday. We did have 10 o'clock, right? That's your 9:15. I do believe I had 10 is there. All right, so pretty much the market went up and kind of like sizzled down. Let's see what other hours we had here. And then 10 to 11:15, so it's like market coming down. We had 7:35. 7:35. Remember the platform is now at the same hours as mine. Okay, so 7:35. So this is like, it's above our sell zone, by the way. So it's gone above the sell zone, but not above, it hasn't broken above this zone. Okay, so the price has gone above the PST, but you can see the stop sweep, right? Nice and easy. So now we're on a Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday market makes a high, it stop sweeps, and Tuesday was a swing day, so I want to sell on a Wednesday. Now if you do so sell on a Wednesday, where do you have to be careful to? 1.0770, mark those levels in. 1.0770. All of a sudden we might find ourselves at 1.0770. Let me just do this. Okay, the market is still quite strong with the euro dollar, as you can see, which is exactly what we were talking about. And remember, I said all of this way before all this, Trump business, before even he was selected and elected, blah, blah, blah. We already knew that euro dollar was going to go up. Okay, so this is really not a surprise. And sometimes people are like, surprise, wow, the dollar's losing value. Well, we know it's losing value. We knew it was going to lose value from ages ago. Okay, so pulling back to go up is the way to go, in my opinion. So Tuesday being a swing day, Wednesday wanting to sell, I think is okay. And just mark these levels in. On the weekly, this is a bit, this could be a level to get back into, like I said, 0770. Let's do this. 0770. Down here. Okay, so you want to mark this level in, 0770. Okay, but it should be lower than that. Okay, because of these huge daily gaps. So sooner or later they'll want to close this. Okay, and closing it means that we'll need to come back into 0630 or 0540. We need to get back in. If that's a swing day, the approach is that we want to get back into this zone, below the 50 zone. You see what I mean? So we should have a pullback, and if you want to sell it on a swing day from the highs, I'm all okay with that. A price, that's 75, as you can see, is okay. 78 is okay. That's 1.0918. Okay, 1.0918 and 1.1006. So 1.0918 today is pretty much done. So if we go back up here into this zone, that's your bar on the 15. Okay, and that's your gap fill there. So if we go back up here, filling gap slightly above is also okay here, because there's a gap there. Okay, a small one nevertheless, but coming up here and then pushing down is okay. 1006. It's a bit out there, that 1006, but like I said, this zone I think is okay to sell off, because if Tuesday was a swing day, then that's like your high. So maybe the only thing it can do is stop sweep again and then come back down, but I'm okay to sell the highs on this one. If we go in this range, then a sell off at a trading hour I think is okay. Let's take a look at SP 500. Now with the SP 500, as you know, Wednesday is a swing day. With Dow Jones we had Tuesday or Wednesday, all right, and with Nasdaq we had just Tuesday, and this is Tuesday. All right, so let's take a look. Now on the weekly, we've dipped into that level. I said we'd come in here, and that's your monthly zone there. So the market still has room to come down. Okay, this is heavy selling, and that's fine. But sometimes what they want to do is take a breather, which will give us like an intraday opportunity. So if we want to go in that intraday opportunity up, then we can. obviously against the move, so reduce your risk size. Target 26.29. You're going to target 5645 and 23. 5645 is there. I'm going to bring that there. I'm going to keep that. And I'm just going to do this. Okay, refresh it because the daily pivot is down here. So the market, as you can see, after the impulse wave is going sideways. This is why if you buy, you've got to get out at the high, because the impulse wave going sideways, this has got room to push down. Okay, if Tuesday, Wednesday becomes a swing day, because Wednesday is also a swing day for, like I said, for Dow, we could even go lower. All right, because we don't know, so we could even go lower. So be mindful that the market can still push lower. It doesn't have to go up. Okay, the swing day can be determined as a low even at the end of the day. All right, and from the end of the day, it could like kind of push up. If you're gonna go long with this, like against the move, because the swing day being a Wednesday, you could do that 4:30 to 5 past 5. Check it out. Check out where we are, and then play it according to those hours. Okay, because the market is, it's not a sexy mood until 2:30. Like, the London session is not sexy at all. So the market, if it's going in a direction, it'll probably go until 2:25. It's not going to be really attractive. So the real move, like I said, is going to be that pre-New York session there. Okay, so if you're going to do any buying, like I said, do it at the lows at those hours. If the market goes up, then there's another round of selling coming in, which could push into 11:45. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let's take a look. I've also put some new videos up on the YouTube channel. It's a good idea to go over them. It can kind of like give you additional information on how to use time and price together, and kind of like help you along the way. Okay, so let's move into the next one. Okay, so this is Dow Jones. Now remember, with the Dow, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? So this is your Tuesday. Okay, so we did say the market's got room to come down, and that's how it is. Look, this is a breakout. Okay, so the market still can push further down into Wednesday because we've got Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, so no rushing. Now look at that on the weekly. HCL1 41.047, 41.047. Okay, that's on the weekly. On the daily, if it comes down first, okay, then we can think about going up. Okay, but if it goes up first, then you can think about selling. There's two places to think about selling: 33 and HCL1. HCL1 is going to be 41.641. 41.641 is there. That's one level, and the other one is the good bike is at the 33, 41.762. Let's bring this 41.762 down here. Oops, there you go. All right, so this area here. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, well, you get the message. It's here. All right, so this zone can be a sell zone again, and Wednesday can push lower. Okay, so don't just dive in. Like I said, the low can also be done in the evening. So if we find ourselves selling at 4:30, okay, somewhere, don't stand in front of it until the closing, like gold. All right, remember gold did the closing with the time and the price at the end of the day on Monday, and Tuesday skyrocketed. So same kind of thing can happen here. So being a swing day, we could have a low at the end of the day and then go up with it, right? So don't rush it. Make sure you got price and time. Let's take a look at the monthly as well. See, You see, this has got room to come down. You've got room to come down. That's your channel. So if you took the coaching, you see how this is all panning out. Okay, this is why knowing technical analysis is king with timing. All right, and that's basically, so we still have a little bit of a room to come down. We can come all the way into that bar, as you can see, and even lower. Okay, which is fine. I don't mind. So having a downtrend in the summer, I think, is a good way to go. If you took the coaching, you can also measure the move here. You can see we might find ourselves all the way down here again. Okay, which is fine. Do you want to measure that? Let's measure it. Let's measure it from there. Whew, that can bring us all the way into there. Okay, I'm just going to put that there. This is going to be logical, and this is going to be, I'm just going to take it all the way into there so you guys see what I'm talking about. All right, so this is where we can end up, and I don't mind doing it. Okay, because that's a measured move. All right, so hopefully that helps. Let's get rid of that, and so on. So the market comes back up, selling off again. All summer we could be actually going all the way back down here before any buying will really eventuate. There are a lot of gaps to fill in. Okay, so Trump can really do us a favor, close all the gaps, and the market can lose another several $1 trillion. Not a problem. Okay, let's take a look at NASDAQ. Now NASDAQ is what, now remember, Tuesday was a swing day NASDAQ. That's your Tuesday right on the red line, which is fine. Now we could have a bit of an up move going in order to sell again. Okay, so that's a possibility. Going up, closing gaps, coming back into that 19,790 is okay. All right. Now what to be careful about? Let's first take a look at the weekly. You can see we've done some good targets here. The market's all nice. So a little bit of a buying is okay. It's still bearish. It's fine. There's a bit of a gap here. You need to be mindful. I spoke about that before. So the market has, potential to kind of like fill in, but this is a nice downwards move. You can see we're just closing below all the support levels. So market wanting to go back up to sell off again makes sense. If you want to buy because it was a swing day and you want to evaluate that situation, then what you're going to have to do, if Tuesday was a swing day, let me just rearrange this chart, bear with me. All right, here we are. Okay, so just making it nice and easy. Okay, so this is a good move up, as you can see from yesterday. So Tuesday being a swing day, being a low, if you want to buy the low in the US session, if that happens at 4:30 to 5 for the indices, it's okay to go long. But if we're ending up somewhere, be mindful, because they can sell it off all the way into 11:45, and then that could be your Wednesday swing low, just like with Wednesday swing days for Dow Jones and SP 500. Okay, so that could also be a low. Why? Because indices go together, despite the fact that they have different swing days, and the swing days work, for whatever we're trading. It's still worth being mindful about it, because at the end of the day, like I said, indices are kind of like moving together despite their differences. Okay, not all the time, but sometimes. So this means working with some caution is good. All right, as you can see, we're also seeing breakdowns, and so the market selling off is like okay too. So if it's up in the New York session, selling down is okay. If we're down, then buying the lows are okay. Just remember, it's going to be an intraday trade. It's a push down, so we'll probably go back into this zone here to sell off again, or tap into that blue bar to sell off again. So that's how it is. Okay, and like I said, be careful for that 19568. That's a good buy kiss. 19568 is there. Okay, and on the weekly we still have room to come down, so any buying you just have to be cautious about it. Okay, and just, understand that we're going down a little bit. Okay, so waiting for a swing day to end up somewhere up to sell is also okay. You don't have to take a trade every day. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Okay. The Bitcoin. So there we go. All right. Let's take a look at the swing hours on this one for yesterday. So we had 11:45, 12 o'clock is there. We had 2:30, must be around here. That's your 2:30, market sliding down. Then we've got 5:55 to 6 o'clock. That's your 5:55, 6 o'clock. See, that's a nice, you see, this is good. 5:55 to 6 o'clock is there, right? So market goes up, market comes down, and then market goes up right into where? 10 to 11:15. So that's your 10 o'clock. Well, 11:15 is going to be around there somewhere. That's your 11:15 here. All right, so that's basically it. Not much else to talk about here. Coming down and going up. Now remember, with Bitcoin, we said Monday, Wednesday, right? So Monday, it's just swing low, market goes up. Tuesday, now we're on a Wednesday. Now Wednesday is also a swing day. What does that tell you? So two things can happen here. By the end of the day, we're either going to end up somewhere high, and then that's going to be a high to sell off into. If that's the case, we should come up into that zone, 87,807. Okay, and look, once again, it's like all on the PST levels, so that's fine. And that's 25, 37 and a half, all good. Market buying these places is fine. There's a bit of a gap there, like I said before, so we'll have to mind the gap, so there's room to come down. Okay, and if I tighten this up a little bit, you know what I'm talking about. So we've dipped into that zone. You see, it's basically tapping in to those zones. If we go back up again, selling, I think, is okay. If you want to do that on a Wednesday, 48 is a PST level. That's 86,984, 87,096. So going back up into this zone and selling off from the PST level. If it goes up first, selling is like okay to do so. All right, and that's basically it. Where from those levels, like I said, okay. At the end of the day, the market is still bearish. Okay, so as you can see, all these levels are like pushing down, down, down. So now, after the impulse down, we've got this consolidation. So selling the highs to push down is okay. Selling this zone is okay. And like I said, the other levels which I talked about with the PST indicator. So if it does go up into those zones, you can sell off. Should you buy to go up into there? We'll have to see, because Wednesday, because it's Monday, you see Monday making a low with Tuesday, Wednesday can have a high, or if they sell radically, it can make a low. Okay, and that we're going to find out pretty much later on during the day. This is why the New York session today is the important session. All right, so if we head up somewhere, then tomorrow could be tomorrow Asia, or London or New York. Then, if Wednesday is a high, then you can sell off tomorrow. If Wednesday is a low, you can buy tomorrow. You see what I mean? So you just have to wait for the right time and price to happen on that swing day, so we'll really know what's happening. So if we're at the highs, selling, lows, buying. In between, don't muck around. If you want to trade, if you say, well, look, this is a place where they sold off, can I sell off again? Obviously, yesterday you could have sold off this level as well. Why? Because that was a sell zone. This is where they sold off before. So if that's where they sold off before and it's a trading hour and you want to sell off again, nobody's going to say, well, you did something silly. You didn't. It's got room to come down because of the gaps. So selling again to push down, I think, is okay. All right. But do it from the highs. And if you're going to buy, do it from the lows, which is going to be either down here or even slightly lower because, okay, remember I drew this line ages ago? When I say ages, like a few days ago, when the market was up here, I drew this line and said, look, we could come back down here. So if we do come back down to this zone and it happens to be a swing day, then you can also push up from here. Okay, so there's a bit more room to still come down. Be cautious. If you want to buy, do it at the lows. If you're going to sell, do it at the highs, and just make sure you sell where they sold before, you buy where they bought before.